Welcome back, everyone, to Creeper World 4. I really appreciate those of you who gave lots of good feedback on the hypnotic map we did recently, Tsunami. Some of you really liked it, and some of you really didn't. But regardless, we may do one like that in the future, but for now we're going to go sort of the other end of things, a map that's just intended to be a fun romp. And this is the Queen Returns. It's another pack or play as creeper map. I don't think I've done a map by CSZ before. But again, it's a much different type of play as creeper map than the previous one we did by Wither's Chat. So the little blurb here that we're given on it is, Queen of Creepers arrived in orbit, etc. We need to reclaim the world. It's designed to be approachable by all players, a lightweight play as creeper map, and it has custom weapons and tools. Now in terms of the times, they seem to be about 30 to 50 minutes for most of them. Some are either cheated times or using some sort of exploit. As you can see that they're much faster. I'm not sure exactly how fast a legitimate time really would be and what tricks people have found on this, but I'm just going to be sort of playing it as it appears to be intended, and we're not going to be hugely concerned about time here. Let's just have ourselves a blast. Okay, so if you want to read all of this, go ahead and pause it here. It's basically a semi-humorous interaction between the Queen of Creeper and the drones, which say nothing at all except for yes, our queen, because they're drones. Now down below we have our description of how to play. And basically there's three items. We have the egg, the boost, and the rocks. And then each of the units that you get here, you get more of them with time, you get more of them by destroying the enemy. So we have the evil humanity over here. I'm going to turn on, because there's lots of anti-creeper on this to start with. You can see 160k plus. Going to turn on transparency so we can see a little better. But I think the best place to start that I figured out anyway is on top of this plateau where there isn't a lot of anti-creeper to deal with immediately. Lots of units, but we can probably deal with those. So the rocks here, these will destroy a random unit nearby, except it's not actually random. It seems to always be a cannon. So there we go. The boost will boost the power of whatever creeper structure there nearby, and the eggs do what you might expect eggs to do. And that's what I'm going to use initially, because I'm going to just put them around our nullifier here and make that go away. You can use boost before the structure is removed from nullifying, but obviously it's not going to do any good quite at that stage. So, okay. Now we're going to boost here. And then we're going to throw down some more eggs. So I especially need to get rid of all of these wonderful, fun mortars. There we go, and we're destroying things, therefore we're getting more boosts. Now each boost gives the 20 more creeper every half second to an emitter. That is, 90 every half second now. Let's see. I think that's going to be good. Put another rock down here now. We've got a couple more boosts. You can see this one is at 90. If we throw two more, should give us an extra 40 up to 130. And now we are pushing out some more. And for a while here, what I'm going to do mostly is just focus on this emitter and just get a bunch of creeper. But with the eggs, I also want to help out dealing with the anti-creeper down here. If I clear out these nullifiers by the spore launchers will produce more eggs. Their spores are going to get shot down. But that I'll suffer. So there's one there. Another boost up here. I think I want one more egg before I try to deal with this one. So there are periods of waiting on this map, especially at the beginning. And there goes another one. And another boost. So we are up to 170 now. And using a single egg at a time does not seem to be hugely useful. It seems to be better to grab a group of them, do targeted assaults. I'd like eventually to get down here to this emitter. So that's mostly why I'm targeting the rocks there. Then every time I get a boost, I can add these, etc. I'm going to try freeing up also this skimmer. There we go. And another boost. We're at 210, and it's gradually eating into the anti-creeper. You can see that's going down now. It's just fairly slow. I also want to throw a few eggs up here. I think maybe I can get rid of some of this fun. Releasing the blob so much isn't the goal, is just knocking out some of this. That'll give us some more boosts and rocks and everything else to use. You know what? Let's make the two of you go away. One more should do it. There we go. We have another boost. I want to wait for that to clear and then see if that skimmer knocks anything out. Maybe I can use some eggs while things are stunned to get a bit of a clearance going there. So 15 seconds on that. We have a good amount of eggs to invest now. Let's see what happens. Shot immediately. And didn't really do much. Okay. Because of where it landed. Let's see. Boost you again. I'd like to get into this area here. So I'm going to start... just throwing eggs in this area. Well, we got rid of a fair amount there. I think I want to get rid of these cannons with rocks gradually, and then, because this is expanding some. I don't think I want to invest a bunch into this until this comes down more, because we're going to get hit with a bunch of mortars, but this will spread out in all directions. That just seems like a better way to go about it to me. You can see the pile increasing there. Down to 125k. It's moving to a degree. Over here, lots of snipers. There doesn't seem to be quite as much ground defenses over here, so maybe I should focus on this. I'm not so worried about the air sac cauldron, but this might be a nice place to egg. I'm gonna give it a shot. Oh yeah, we got quite a bit cleared out there. And now this is gonna be able to flow more. I like that. Not a lot of cannons left around this. Some, but not a ton. This over here is going to expand nicely, I think. At least up to a point. I mean, I'm not sure exactly, but I think pretty soon I'm going to want to stop boosting that. It may be better to start using some of my strength over here now and egg out this way. I could also try to get this emitter. Not sure which way would actually be better. It just seems like there's a big concentration of mortars here, and I might not want to focus all my effort that way. So we'll come over here. And let's do a bunch of egging here. Just enough to get it nullified. Or rather, activated from the nullifier first. Except that didn't quite work. Oh, there it goes. Just took a minute for that last egg to pop. Let's start this one rolling. I think if I put some eggs in between here. Because then they can't just aim, you know, fully at this area. Give them something to be distracted by. There we go. Let's make you go away. It shouldn't take many eggs up here to get rid of that. Boost. Boost. More boost. You're up to 130. Clearing out a bunch of that, but we need to get in here to these mortars, and we will. They don't have any... I don't think they can contain this amount of creeper outflow now. This is pretty much holding where it is, but I think I want to keep advancing this way. See if a few more eggs help it. Basically just giving them that push it needs. Okay, so we've really got this corner under wraps now. Getting some here from the stash. And I think this probably gradually advances now. It's going to gradually advance in here. I think I want to save up some eggs and really push on this area. Because this is being very resistant. Get a little bit further and I can start boosting this effectively, I think. I'll start it now. That might be enough eggs to make some noise. Let's find out. Basically just make them shoot at anything else and... Yep, and then this can flow out more. Very nice. You're up to 50. You want quite a bit more than that. Boost again. I want to wait for the next egg boost here, I think. There we go. Well, there's some more carnage. And they're continuing to be pushed back over here as well. That's not hurting the cause any. The stash is working. By the way, the boost will just boost the size of the stash. It doesn't seem to me that waves are of a huge benefit here. By the time we get out to the stashes, I'm more concerned about other things. My main strategy I want to use here is a blob storm. So I'm going to want to boost this a bunch, but I'm not quite to the point of wanting to do it yet, I don't think. Let's boost this a couple more. What are we at? Not bad. But I don't think I'm actually going to pump up the emitters much more. I think now, like, we've got plenty of creeper, I want to focus on blobs and skimmers. Mostly blobs, but some skimmers. And of course, the eggs. Actually, let's see about putting some up here. Because this earned mortar is kind of a pain. There goes a whole bunch of it. Yeah, that's gonna help. Make sure we get rid of you. Okay, all of this is going away. And now we can see the eggs going to various places back here. And this is why I think the blobs are useful, because the blobs can then just carry those eggs forward. And then make sure that those eggs explode near the front line. This would be nice to get rid of, but I think I need a few more eggs first. We're definitely gradually advancing, though, now. It's just a case of when now, not if, at this stage. There we go. And let's go ahead and throw up a rock. Let's throw some eggs up here. I think that did it. Wasn't enough to give us much, because we're at a point now where destroying more structures, we have to destroy a lot of them to get benefit. 6 blobs, 3 skimmers right now, and you can see the eggs collecting. We've got 19 of them. And the edge of the creeper expanding. Gradually, inexorably, it cannot be stopped. And again, with the blobs and the skimmers, you don't get them faster, you just get more for every launch by doing those upgrades. There they go. I think what I want to do is to launch my eggs right after the blobs are gone. That was probably a little far back. But basically the idea is to distract their fire. And then, of course, the edge of this is going to pull forward more. Or we can time out with the skimmers. I'll probably be doing some of that. Just hold on that egg. Okay, so where are we at in the big picture? We've got, almost halfway. It's a nice little ridge of defenses here that they have. Whole bunch of cannons. And I have 5 for the skimmer. 7 for the blob. I want to throw more into that blob now. There's a crimsonator here. We've got that rolling. Crystal, excuse me, not crimsonator. Crimsonator is this vein-like stuff on the ground. Just throw a few more of these up. And the gradually advancing line of creeper continues. Boost that blob again. Come some skimmers over here. And over this way. See where this one lands. Didn't really do that much. One did over here, though. Let's go ahead and give them a piece of our mind. Snap, crackle, pop for all of these cannons. Alright, how many is this going to take us up to? 11 blobs. I think that's probably a good amount. I'd like to hit the skimmer again. Knock down some more mortars from heights. I hope. Yeah, we got him. Okay, now I think I want to start boosting the spore launchers. Just for variety's sake, get more spores in the air. They do have, you know, missile launchers and all of that, but I'm sure their ammunition is not infinite. Maybe we can flood the air just as we are flooding the other areas. It's probably more effective to focus, like, almost exclusively on one area, but I feel like going for a variety. This nest of mortars... Oh, they just got hit by a skimmer. It's exactly the kind of situation I was waiting for. Unfortunately, I didn't quite have enough to really do anything with it. But all of this breeding in here, it'd be nice to flip that, obviously. They have the sprayers there. It's just a little bit too soon to really take advantage. Let's keep these boosts going on the launchers. Get in range of a whole bunch of snipers here. I think I might have hit that accidentally on the stash. Nope, I didn't. We got 4 spores coming there. And this one has 2. Yeah, this whole area seems to be our last really big line of defense before we get into that. Here we go. Got some progress in there. Thinned out this area anyway. Suppose I should probably try to free up the Dark Tower at this stage. And this is sort of an interesting alternate approach that can be taken. Well, I thought we'd get you. No, we did. There's only this really small dark area because of their beacons. But we can boost the Dark Tower as well. Just expands its area. So if I get rid of these beacons, I could just shut down a whole bunch of what they have. So, I think I'll start moving in that direction just to round out the approach. Need some more eggs so I can get rid of the beacons. And of course, this will continue being pretty effective this way, I think. Let's see if we can get rid of one of these. Almost. There we go. And now all of these in here don't function. That's another beacon. That's probably got to be my next target. So our dark tower here no longer being held back by those beacons. And now we're going to sweep over this area. Apparently it won't let me boost it anymore. Interesting. Because I have boosts. It just isn't going to let me... Or do I have to hold it outside of the dark area? That's what I have to do. Okay, it's got to be outside of that area for me to actually place it, which is weird. Alright. I think my next batch of eggs I want to hammer on this here. I'm not quite ready for it yet. Let's go for it. There goes a bunch of sprayers. We're taking over this area. Now, this is a little bit of a problem, but not much of one. Nothing much gonna hold us back now. Yeah, I don't think I can actually make this much bigger. Because this won't... Can't do it inside the dark area and it won't reach from outside of it. Okay. Definitely take this area out next. We're just flowing over here now. We'll be finishing this job very soon. Should be enough. Are we close enough to the creeper is the question. We appear to be. Got most of those mortars, not all of them. So we're launching half a dozen from each of the spore launchers at a time. Oh my, look at all this. See where this skimmer goes. It's not a bad place. I don't think they have a great deal of snipers left, so I'm curious what happens to these blobs. Yeah. They're just wreaking havoc, basically, in here. Which is just fine and dandy with me. You can see energy starting to become a problem. And they don't have very much left to hide. Yeah, they're having a serious energy problem now. This factory is going to be going down soon because they're about to lose that shield. Went down for a minute. It is an earned shield, so it's being rather impatient with us. There's only so much it's going to be able to do. I think I'm going to distract you over here. There we go. No more factory. No more much of anything, really. Not sure how much we'll get out of it, but let's keep throwing on our boosts. There will be a whole bunch of spores coming this way, but they're not going to have a chance to do anything. At least I don't think they will. The blaring continues. It's almost over. Gotta get rid of every last bit, and now they're gone. The Queen of Creeper looks down at the beautiful creeper-filled world and smiles approvingly. Praise the mother. Oh, dear. Oh dear. We have another saying. We didn't have enough praise be the founders. We have praise the mother. Use our newfound strategy and fight take back what is rightfully ours. The ship in orbit leaves. Other worlds await. So the Creeper Queen is basically opposing the founders. That's what we have going on here. Well, I hope this was at least mildly enjoyable. Definitely a very different kind of level, but I do think it's just, rather than having to worry about all the strategy about where you put your creeper structures, you know, just being able to target a little bit of help here, a little bit of help there, and how you want it to unfold, I thought that made it quite fun. So we will definitely be returning with more Creeper World 4. Thanks for watching, everyone.